Hey guys, it's Kat, and I'm going to tell you some stories today about using the bathroom in other countries, which sounds like such a simple thing, like it wouldn't be that different, except of course, I'm sure most of you have heard that in some European bathrooms you do pay an attendant or tip them. Something loud is driving by, I apologize. But anyways, I've learned that there's more to it. There's more to it. And I have been, luckily for school, I had a summer where we went to 4 different countries in 4 weeks, but in the 5th week, technically the 3rd week, it was in the middle, we could go wherever we wanted to, and so we went and hiked in the Alps, and then we went to Switzerland. And it was a really cool experience, and I need to tell more about that in general because it was just a really good learning experience. It was really, really fun. But definitely a thing I've noticed was using the bathrooms there, like locker rooms and showers included, is another experience. So let me tell you about it. Okay, the first story happened when I was in London, England, and that was the first place on our stop. So that was like, this was like day 1, night 1 or whatever. I went to go take a shower, and they did have like gender separate, like the bathrooms were gender neutral, but the showers were gender separate. So it was a girl shower, so at least there's that. But somehow in all my packing, I didn't realize what this situation was going on. But my mom got me this new fancy like microfiber towel, like it dries really, really fast. And I thought that'll be good for the trip because I can just hang it near my bunk bed and it'll be like dry by the next time I need it. It'll be easy to pack because we're gonna be like moving once a week at least to another country. So I was like, okay, like it's a good towel. So the first night I go to take a shower, I get all my bath stuff and put it in like a Superdrug, like basically like just a Walmart baggie type deal. And I grab my towel and like my flip-flops and I go in to the shower. You hang up your stuff on these hooks and then there's rows of showers, and then I brought my towel just outside the shower. Well, I grab it when I'm done and go to put it on, and you know how most towels are like, yay, can't even see it on the camera, but like yay long and like thick enough that you can cover it from like boob to like mid-thigh, and it covers you, you know, like a little dress. Well, I picked mine up, wrapped it around me, and it went from here to here. Like it was a mini towel. And somehow I didn't realize that before I got there, or even when I was unpacking my stuff when I got there. And this wasn't like, oh, nobody's in the locker room. Like there was maids in there like folding towels. And when I say folding towels, I mean folding sheets, because if they had their own towels, I wouldn't have had this issue. And just like doing like their own stuff. Like there was plenty of people in there, like workers, other people. And so I just got to go buck naked in front of a stranger, and while I was going through my stuff to try to find my clothes to change into, which I guess isn't that much of a story because it was a female locker room, but that was pretty awkward for me because normally I at least like huddle in my towel or like until I get my clothes out, but I just like, I said screw it because I only had this tiny little towel, so I just walked out there like everything. And that was a pretty interesting experience for me. Luckily the maids did not give a shit. They were doing their own thing, so I was like, we're good. And the next story also happened in London. It was later that week. I woke up at like 5 a.m. or something like of that nature, and I just really had to pee, and so I didn't bother like getting dressed and like putting my contacts in, or even I could have just grabbed my glasses, but I didn't do that either. I just like went like out of our room, like down the hall to where the bathrooms were, and I opened one of the doors and I like hit a body on the ground, and I looked down and there was just a person completely like passed out in their own pile of puke. And I remember thinking like, oh my god, are they okay? And like, cause they didn't really react when I like opened the door and like bumped them with it. And it was one of those like, I feel really bad, like I should have said something. I don't know who I would have gotten or who I would have told, but I felt like I should have done something, but I was so like, I just woke up in the middle of the night, even though it was kind of in the morning, that I just kind of went like, oh, my bad. And then I went to the bathroom like next door and used that one. But I didn't hear anything about it. Like the next morning they weren't still there and I didn't hear about anything happening. So I felt kind of guilty, but yeah, I just like stumbled across somebody's unconscious body when I was trying to go to the bathroom. Whoops. I guess that could easily happen in this country too, but... Right, and my next story is, well, first of all, let me just say, in no way, shape, or form is this political at all. But I have to say, this might be the only, the only solid argument, or not really solid, but the only argument against gender-neutral bathrooms was, so we took our final in Paris in a restaurant, a Lebanese restaurant, and I was like, I'm normally not adventurous with food, but I was like, I'm gonna get something from here, like, try new food, I'm in another country, be different. Well, about an hour after eating that food, I realized it was a mistake, and you know what I mean. So my friend and I were walking down the street, and I was like, no, we need to find a bathroom, like yesterday, we need to go to the bathroom. And she's like, oh God, okay. So we like hopped into a McDonald's and went downstairs to use the bathroom, because there's just casually 2-story McDonald's in Paris. And of course, you know, they're gender neutral, so like there's a sink and then a bunch of stalls, but like it's free for all, like guys, girls, whatever. And so I don't need to tell you what happened after that, but I can tell you that when I went to leave the stall, hoping for this adventure to soon be forgotten, like the hottest dude was standing in the middle of there waiting, and he saw me come out and he goes, oh, and then went to go get in the, went to use the stall after me. I washed my hands so fast and I was out of there. That was so embarrassing. Like, I didn't even stick around for the embarrassing part, but I was like, we gotta go, bye. And then a sort of a spin off of that, since there were so many gender neutral restrooms and stuff in Europe, I just eventually got used to it, and I would just kind of assume if I went to a new place and I couldn't find like the ladies' room, I would just assume that there was no ladies' room or men's room, that it was just free for all. Because even like the showers, like I told you, the showers in England were separate. Well, we went to France next, to Paris, and their showers were not separate. Like they just had shower stall, like 3 shower stalls. It wasn't that many in a bathroom, and it was like, it was whatever. They weren't gender separate. So then when we got to Germany, we were like up the stairs and like to the left on one side of the hall, and all I saw was a shower with what you would typically assume is like the men's symbol, but it just looks like a person. So I thought the bathrooms, like the showers, were not set, because like the toilets were individual, so that they weren't separate. So I was like, okay, like the showers just are gender neutral. So I went to take a shower the first night there, and I had like my bright, like that little tiny towel I told you about. It's like bright orange. I had my hot pink little shower caddy, and like my pink like thing you put, what is it called? Shower cap, the thing you put over your hair, and like my razor and everything. And like I had this sitting outside of the shower. I had like the curtain closed, and I was kind of like singing, like having a good time, using all my fruity lotions and stuff that I had bought over the course of this trip thus far. And I hear like a dude walk in, and I know it was a dude because I don't know what he said, but he said something, and it just was like a man voice. And then he kind of paused and heard me like singing and stuff, and saw all my stuff and goes, oh, and kind of like walks out. And I was confused. I was like, why did they think it was weird that I was, it's not like I had the curtain open, like, you know, if it's a gender neutral bathroom, I'm not gonna let it all hang out there, like I'm gonna stay in the shower stall. But whatever, like I was like, okay. And then the next day, one of my friends was like, yeah, I'm going to get a shower, and she starts going across the hall. And I was like, where are you going? She's like, to the ladies' shower. And I was like, there's a ladies' shower? So apparently there were gender separate showers, and I was using the men's, so I guess I'm just being progressive. Sorry for whoever I freaked out when they walked in there. I thought that they were the same. My bad. And the last one is not a story as much as it is like a situation that I could just see going very, very wrong, because you went in, you tipped the bathroom attendant, and then they handed you toilet paper, and not like a roll or whatever, like they would just unroll some, rip it off, and hand it to you. And then when you go into the actual stall, there's like no, like nothing, like no napkins, like toilet paper, like nothing. And so I was like, okay, like I was thinking, like I was fine because I only had to pee, but like how do you, what if that's not the case? Do you have to be like, no, I'm gonna need, like, do you have to pay extra for more toilet paper, or do you just like awkwardly ask them for more? It was just interesting. And when I told this to my friends when I got out, they were like, that's the first thing they said is, but what if you had to poop? Like, what if they didn't give you enough toilet paper? There's like bugs in my eyes. So that was just something I ponder, like, that I'm kind of grateful for, that I don't have to worry about generally here, because I just thought that would be so embarrassing if I was like they're like, all right, like you tip them, and like, here you go, and you're just like, keep it coming, a little bit more, and then they're awkwardly like, good luck. Like, what do you, like, oh gosh, that would have been so embarrassing. So that was like almost embarrassing, but it wasn't, because it was like, I was lucky. I only had to pee, which all these stories are TMI, so I hope that's all right with you. But it's just, it is an experience using the bathroom in other countries, because you just never know when things might be a little bit different. So thanks for watching, and I'll be sure to tell you guys more stories of me being awkward in different places, because believe me, I'm just even more awkward here than I am in other countries, so there will be more. Thanks for watching. Bye.